Hello everyone, my name's Allie, and if you're new to Parallel and looking to learn the basics before jumping into a game, this video is perfect for you. We're going to take a look at what you should expect when playing a game of Parallel, how to use your cards, and of course, most importantly, how to win. To start off, let's talk about the Paragons. So the Paragons are essentially the leaders of your deck and lay the foundation of the overall strategy of what you're trying to do with your deck. So the Paragons sit on the left-hand side of the board and most of the time are castable cards. So they'll have an associated cost as well as an attack and a health stat and some kind of active ability that occurs once the Paragon hits the board. They do have their passive abilities as well, and these will be active before the Paragon hits the board and after the Paragon dies, and usually greatly contribute to the overall strategy of the deck. There are some Paragons that are not castable cards that will just remain on the left-hand side, the Juggernaut Workshop being one, for example. So you cannot play him on the board, but he will always have his passive ability ticking down and providing you units throughout the game. You can kind of compare the Paragons to commanders in Magic if you're familiar with that game mode in Magic, but in Parallel, the Paragons are core to the gameplay and you will see them in every single match. To start, each game of Parallel begins with the Mulligan Phase. Your deck contains 40 cards, and you'll have the option to look at 5 of them and choose which ones you would like to redraw, and then the game will select at random one player to go first. In Parallel, you do not gain energy automatically each turn. Instead, you have to bank a card each turn. So in order to bank a card, you drag the card to the bank, and that will give you 1 energy point that can be used for the rest of the game. And at the end of your turn, you will draw an additional card to replace the banked card. After banking for energy, the next step is to play your cards. There are 4 different card types in Parallel, but they all have an associated energy cost that can be found in the top right-hand corner of the card. You must spend your energy generated by your bank to play the cards for their respective cost. So let's talk about the 4 different card types in Parallel. You've got units, effects, upgrades, and relics. Units are the main card type that you'll be using to take board control and deal damage to your opponent. Units have both an attack and a health stat. The attack is how much damage they will deal when attacking or when being attacked, and the health is how much damage they can sustain before they die. Damage in this game is permanent, so a unit can actually die after losing a health buff if the total damage that they have taken is more than their max HP after losing the buff. Effects are cards that you play for an immediate ability. These cards could deal damage, kill a unit, draw cards, or many other actions that can positively swing the game in your favor. Effects usually go straight to the waist after being played, along with any other units that may have died throughout the game or from the effect being played. Upgrades are a special card type that you attach to units to make them more powerful. When a unit with an upgrade on it dies, the upgrade along with the unit will go to the player's waist unless it has the keyword salvage, in which the player can choose to move the upgrade from the dying unit to another one. And finally, we have relics. Relics actually have their own space on the board, and these are cards that will permanently affect the game until they are destroyed. Unlike units, they don't have attack and health, and they cannot be attacked themselves. Relics are an interesting card type that can be used to pursue a strategy that isn't solely reliant on board control. So they're usually very good for utility, but come at a loss of tempo. And there's actually quite a wide range of relics in the game, and they can add a lot to the different strategies used to win games in Parallel. Okay, now you know the cards, let's talk about how to win the game. Both players start the game with 30 health points, and your goal is to get your opponent's health to 0 by damaging them with either units or different effects throughout the game. Parallel's combat system is a direct attacking combat system. That means unless your opponent has some kind of special ability, you will be able to choose the enemy that your unit attacks when it's your turn. In this game, if either player runs out of cards, they will start taking exponentially increasing damage while also drawing a random card from their waist. This helps end games quickly when both players start to run out of resources and you don't want the game to go on for too long. Alright guys, I hope that helps with understanding the basic mechanics of Parallel. There are obviously lots more keywords and strategies and different mechanics that I will be making more videos on in the future, but I think this is a good start for you guys to get going with the game. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more Parallel content in the future. I have been a TCG streamer for 7 years at this point, and I've played lots of different card games, and I really think Parallel has some amazing mechanics, and I'm absolutely enjoying it a ton, so you can expect a lot more Parallel content from me. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.